Today's the day that I'm going to be filming for my new Harley-Davidson brief. The footwear that they sent me last week, I'm filming a product shoot here in the room with this setup. I'm going to take you through it, show you everything that there is to see. Let's go! So my room is an absolute tip at the minute, but this has to take priority. I'm not filming it downstairs like I have the others because I need a dark space. I can get the blind down on the window there, so it almost makes the room complete darkness. And I can just have a bit more of an intimate lighting setup and control the lighting better than what I can downstairs because there's just a lot of light coming in down there. A lot of windows, things like that. So controlled lighting setup here, blind down, means that hopefully I can get the look that I'm aiming for. What that look is, I don't know until I've seen it. But this is the setup we're going with at the moment. We've got the key light here, which is going to be the main light for the subject, which is going to be on the table here. And then I've got a rim light here, which is going to add some highlight to the shadows behind the product that's going to be on the table here. I've put up a bit of a backdrop here, and then this desk, if you like, has velvet material on it, which I haven't quite decided whether I'm going to hold flat yet or whether I'm going to crumple it a little bit, give a bit of a premium feel to it, product feel, you know. Haven't decided yet, but I'm also going to potentially include this American flag. And the reason for that is because the shoe is, they want to hone in on the whole American made. It's for a release on the 4th of July. So we all know what that means in the US, the independence. And so, yeah, I thought maybe I'd have a bit of American prop in it. There is a small American flag on the boot itself. This is not going to be a huge inclusion, more just little snippets of it in the scene maybe. But let's see what I get done with it. I might include it, I might not. Okay, I'm just going to do a test with one of my own shoes. I can't show the boot just because it's not been released yet, but I put one of my trainers in the scene and I'm just going to light it bit by bit so you can see how I'm going to light this. This is the main key light. So this is going to be what's providing the main base of light. And as you can see, that basically lights the shoe in the scene. So you can see that it's angled slightly, the light is to the right hand side. So you're getting that shadow on the left hand side of the shoe there. Now, what we can do to then bring a little bit more shape to it is we can add the rim light at the back. So then that basically just adds some light here just to remove it from the background, just to separate it from the background and give it a bit more shape. Now, this lighting may change depending on where the footwear is placed, what position it is, and what details I want to highlight. However, what I'm also going to do, or what I'm also going to try out, is bringing in just to highlight certain areas, maybe bringing a light on the front here like this, which I can sweep across. You can't see that too much on this, but this is because it's white. Now these boots are black, remember, so you're going to see it a lot more prominently on the shoe itself. Now I can come closer with the light and just highlight certain areas if I want to as well. Now this light is quite warm at the moment, but I can adjust that to whatever Kelvin I want to highlight the certain areas of the boot. Okay, I've finally got a good start. Finally got some pace going with this. I took a while to get started because one thing I'm finding is, certainly with new environments, new projects, where I'm using the lighting differently, it's a different product, for example, everything's different. So, of course, the lights have to be in different places potentially. Then you've got to sync the settings on your camera with the lights, making sure the picture turns out the best it can. Now, one way that I'm getting around this is because I'm up next to my computer here, I've been amending the settings on the camera, changing the lights slightly, changing the position of the lights slightly, taking a couple of test shots, putting it on my computer, seeing what it looks like so that I'm not going through a whole load of different videos, getting them on my computer later and being like, shit, they don't look good. So got to a point where I'm happy with the picture, and now I'm going to get the rest of the shots, see what we can get today. Might end up having to shoot some more tomorrow, but I'm just going to leave this stuff set up. It's not crazily in the way. That is it for today. I'm done. I'm not done, but I'm done for today. I've got a range of shots. Kept going back and forth from the laptop to check how they looked. I've tried shots with no lighting and just my handheld RGB to highlight certain areas of the shoot. I've also tried both lights on, doing the same thing, one light on, doing the same thing. It's 10 p.m. and I'm starting to, get tired. And I'm not thinking straight, so I'm going to pick it up again tomorrow and hopefully get an idea of what's left to shoot in here with both boots, men's and women's. Hopefully by this time tomorrow, I'll have enough footage. And then I've got to work out whether I want to take some outside as well, but I can do that Thursday, Friday time and just include those in the edit when I'm more certain. I think I'm going to start the edit first based on the footage that I'm taking in here, and then areas where I feel I could maybe include some outdoor footage, I'll do that. But for now, that's a wrap today. Some good news today. The high test brief that I've been doing for what feels like a year of my life, actually about a month, has been approved and signed off, which I'm happy about. I've just got to do the stills that they wanted. They wanted here a video cut down, and then they wanted some stills from the videos as well. So we've got to do those from the different aspect ratios, because there were 3 aspect ratios, if you remember. And yeah, once I've sent those, that's done and dusted, finally. I can put it in my past. But I'm happy with the result. Happy that we spent some time going backwards and forwards on it, because the result was better than the first thing that I submitted, which is always the aim, right? So I'm going to send those across, and then today continue with the Harley-Davidson brief that I started shooting yesterday. Going to finish that hopefully today, just the shooting, and then I can edit for the rest of the week. Okay, that is the high test stuff all done and sent over. Finally, a bit of back and forth there. I just had to send across the stills that they needed from the videos. So I sent over 6 stills over each aspect ratio, and they're just stills from the videos themselves. So I just went into Final Cut Pro, rendered out certain frames that I thought looked good and sent them across. They seemed to be happy with them. But yeah, now back onto the Harley-Davidson stuff. I need to send a final invoice to High Test to get paid, but other than that, we're done. Hello?
Morning, Ashley. How you doing?
Hey, Darren. I'm good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good. Thank you. Apologies, it's been a couple of minutes late there.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I do actually have a list of questions. I'll try not to take too long on it, but just a few. I went through it yesterday in more detail, and just a few things that came to mind while reading the brief. It looks to me as though scenario A is literally just core pitch event inclusive of BTS and B-roll. Does that include anything else, or is that just that?
It will be post and edit as well, preferably. Again, it very much depends on where our budgets and what your rates are in terms of aligning and things like that. But effectively, the pitches are going to be made up of around about 2 to 3 hours of raw footage. We want head and shoulders interviews with the panel, head and shoulders interviews with the pitches before they go on to stage. The pitches themselves are going to be about 4, 5, 6 minutes each. Feedback will be about sort of 8, 9, 10 minutes because we've got a panel of 4 people. And then it'll just be mixing it and chopping it up into what we hope to get like 2, maybe 3 20-minute episodes out that basically is like presented in a Dragon's Den style. Correct.
And are you going to have a specific space that this is taking place in? Like,
so we've got the 4th floor of Unity, the entire 4th floor. We've got their PA system and their staging area. They're operating a bar, and we've got space for an additional showcase as well. So teams that maybe aren't prepared to pitch because standing up in front of a crowd isn't for everybody. There is going to be space for them to come along and plug their laptops in and show the game off.
What's the flow going to be like? How do you imagine the flow to be? Is it going to be a quick flow of people coming through, or is it going to be people appointment basis? Like, how's that going to work?
So we've got the space for quite some time actually. So we're in the space from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. The pitch event itself is scheduled for 11 till 1. So we've highlighted that 2-hour period in which the pitch and feedback session is going to happen. So the first hour is going to be, for us, it's potentially going to be set up like BTS, like that's kind of like where we'd like to maybe capture some of the BTS.
I'll do you a scenario for the budget you've given me, and then I'll give you the everything,
the platinum package.
The everything package as well. But like I said, just when I do send it, feel free to have an open conversation with me.
For sure.
And we can hopefully get to a point where we're aligned.
Cool.
All right, Darren, thanks very much.
Cheers, Ash. Thank you.
See you, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So that was a call with a guy called Darren, who, funnily enough, works in the gaming industry. And I'd also spoken to him regarding a job in the gaming industry about 2 years ago. He posted something on LinkedIn about they have a gaming conference in Brighton each year called Develop, which he wants some filming for. He's going to be there with his company. He wants some filming, doing 2 days of filming if the budget stretches that far. He wants a event filming on the first day, and then hopefully the second day, like a vlog style filming. But this guy, I noticed he posted on LinkedIn, and they were having a business call, just seeing if we're aligned. So get on LinkedIn for jobs, because it's great so far. We've got to send a quote over the next day, so I need to formulate that today. He's given me a budget, which is not that big. I'm going to tell him what he can get for that, which is not going to be everything that he wants. And then I'm going to give him the premium quote of everything, which is probably going to be more than he can afford based on the budget that he's given to me. But let's see what he said. He said he has got some wiggle room, but yeah. All right, I'm just going to go outside for a little while to try and get some outdoor shots of the Harley-Davidson boots. I've got my camera, I've got the boots on and some jeans. It's like 32 degrees today, so I'm going to be hot. But got my stuff. I don't know if I'm going to use these outdoor shots. I did start putting an edit together yesterday based on the indoor footage that I was getting over the last couple of days. Don't know if I'll use these, but I'd like to see if I can have a bit of a contrast in there. But let's see what we get. And what a day that was. It's Friday. I've got a lot done today. It's been very productive. I got the Harley-Davidson first edit finished, sent over. My room is now back to a reasonable state. As you can see, it was an absolute mess just because I had shit everywhere from getting this filming done this week. I can breathe again, basically. But today I got the edit finished, sent over. Pretty happy with it. I think the copy, they gave me just a paragraph of copy that they wanted me to put in and out of the video. They basically said, choose key points. They're definitely going to come back to me and want changes on the copy for sure. But in terms of the footage, how I've edited it together, pretty happy with it. So let's see what they say. Did get an email back straight away saying that they were out of office. So not going to hear back until Monday at the earliest. Today's an American holiday. Also got the quote sent over that I was talking to you about yesterday. The guy from LinkedIn in the game industry sent 3 quotes, and I want to take you through those now. The thing with this quote, which I mentioned yesterday, is that when I had the call with him, he stated that he only had a £2,000 budget with what feels like about 1,000 deliverables. There's 7. There's 7 deliverables plus 1 or 2 days of filming. So there's 2 scenarios here. There's a scenario A, there's a scenario B. Scenario A is 1 day of filming, just of a presentation with a panel that's kind of judging these video games to see if they want to make an investment in them. They want that filming like a Dragon's Den style thing, but they want an interview before and after. So I need to have another videographer doing the interview while I'm filming the presentations, because that's going to be a 2-camera setup right there. So 2 videographers, 7 deliverables for £2,000. It's just not going to happen. I told him straight on the call yesterday that 2 days for that is definitely not going to happen. I don't know if you'll fit even 1 day into that. Anyway, I've broken it down. I've given him a full list, a full breakdown of everything, charge by charge, what it's going to cost. Now, scenario A, buckle up because this might take a while. 2 videographers, editing, long form content. He actually wants 3 episodes of the long form content, 15 to 20 minutes. I've only put 2 down because it says 2 to 3. But long form episodes edit, short form social clips, 2 of for 20 seconds each. And then a PR sizzle reel, which is going to be 45 to 60 seconds. Then I've also put on there raw footage, production expenses, and travel. Now, for each thing, for videographer day rates, we've got in between £600 and £700 per day. That's 2 videographers. And then we've got long form event episode edit. I've charged $750 per episode because if we want a full scale production like Dragon's Den, then there's going to be a lot of footage to go through. There's going to be a lot of different cuts, music, obviously thinking about multi-camera syncing, thinking about audio cleanup. Obviously, we're going to be putting some of their interviews within that video as well. So it's going to be quite a big edit. So we've got $750 per. 2 of those is $1,500. And then the short form social clips up to 20 seconds, I've charged at £500, $250 each per reel. PR sizzle reel, $550. And then oral footage of the event, I usually charge around $250 for this, just as an extra charge. And then the production expenses / travel comes to $300. Now, that'll cover travel. And then if I need an overnight stay, which I might do because it's a very early start. Now, that's a grand total of $4,400. And that's just for scenario A. And he wanted to try and get scenario A and B for $2,000. So I've tried to break things down and make things cheaper where I can, but sometimes people underestimate how much something's cost, certainly in video and editing. Like, I feel as though people just think about the day that you're filming, and they don't think about that post-production and the fact that that actually takes time to produce these videos. It's not like you just receive an edit. It's not like I get home after filming and I'm just like, oh yeah, there's an edit now, done. No, like I have to spend days after that. Editing eats into my time. So $4,400 for scenario A. Now bear with me. Scenario B, this is for 2 days filming. So again, all the same deliverables, except this time there's going to be more footage to go through. There's going to be more admin on the post-production side. So that again incurs a cost. Not too much of a cost. I basically put on top 20, 30%, just because again, it's admin, right? Now, filming this time, obviously videographer, second videographer, this comes to 1,100 and 1,300 because we've now got 2 days filming. The second day is going to be more of a vlog style event coverage across a wider schedule. Whereas the first day, as mentioned before, is going to be more of a panel type of presentation. For this, so everything the same, plus the extra admin fee for the editing and post-production, now we're at 5,900. That's for 2 days. Already, we're £4,000 over budget if he wants scenario B. But again, scenario B, the second day of filming, wasn't always something that he definitely wanted. As requested, I've also given a quote that sits roughly within the budget of £2,000. He asked me to come to him and say, what can I give you for £2,000? This has come to £2,350, but this is what we've come up with. Filming. So video, this will only be scenario A as well. So this will only be the first day of filming. Scenario A, video for the first day. 2 videographers, because we need 2 videographers for this. It's going to be way too tight without 2 videographers, £600 and £700. Editing, literally the only thing is the long form episode that we spoke about before, the 15 to 20 minutes. But rather than 2 to 3, I've just said, listen, I can only fit 1 into this budget, $750. Production expense and travel 300 comes to 2,350. So as you can see, way above budget. But I just think that we need to educate people on about how much this stuff costs. Either that or people are going out there charging way under what they should do. Sometimes I feel like I'm charging under what I should be. But then at the same time, I also feel like it's a huge expense because people are like, wow, they're like shocked by how much something is. Like I said, I think they just think about it as a day. They don't think about, oh, how long the deliverables take, for example. So definitely over budget, but I've given 3 scenarios there. And I think the benefit of breaking everything down into a list, telling people how much everything costs as well, means that we can chop and change some things. We can get rid of some things that he doesn't necessarily think are super important. And then we might be able to align and come to an agreement on, okay, he'll either go a little bit over the budget, or maybe we adhere to the budget, or maybe we swap some things in and out of the invoice that I've given him within current budget. Yeah, it's just more flexible this way. So I did message him. I sent him an email straight away with the 3 quotations. He's come back to me and actually said, thanks, Ash, appreciate it, and we'll get back to you on Monday or Tuesday at the latest. So we'll see you next week. We'll see what's said. And hopefully we get this job because, again, it's more experience, something that I've not really had the pleasure of doing, like a bit of a docu-style type thing. And I film this vlog every week, but I've never done any vlogging for anyone else. So again, very different situation for me and something that I'd be really excited about having a part in. That's it for this week. Hope you've enjoyed this, bit of a different one there, a few different variations of things to show you. The Harley-Davidson stuff, I'll keep you updated on that. And of course, I'll show you the finished product when I can. Have a great week. Hope you're enjoying this. As usual, if you are, YouTube suggestion you watch this one here. Stay safe. I'm Ash, and this is Amixmotion.